Hey folks, Sean here, and in this episode, I want to talk to you about why it's so important to create great content so they can float to the top of the search engine rankings for specific keywords, which are going to help tremendously with the growth of your B2B SaaS product and how to do it. Now, so far, I've recorded a couple episodes revealing my process for how I go about content marketing. And this is specifically built on a foundation of copywriting. So blog articles and things like that, which I still think is great basis and foundation from which to build upon. Still, vast majority of the traffic on the web, people searching through search engines like Google, finding top organic results, visiting those websites, getting a ton of value out of it, and so on and so forth. There's other media content, audio like this, podcast, video that you can find on YouTube that are climbing the rankings as well too and are going to help you. I'm going to talk about that as well. But for now, I still think the solid foundation is copywriting. So if you haven't listened to the previous episodes so far, at least this week, please do so because those are our first steps in the process. The importance of the process and the one I recorded yesterday was around keyword research. So I'm going to assume you've already got keyword research in hand and you know which keyword in particular you want to target. Once you know that, I want to talk to you about how you create the best piece of content on that keyword out there, which will help you climb to the top of the organic search results. So first thing I want to mention is a technique referred to as the Skyscraper Technique. If you're unfamiliar with this, it's basically where you're building upon the next best organic results out there in order to make yours better. This is something that I'd heard of before. I never really tried it. And I was, way back when, just creating content the best way I thought I could. Picking topics I thought were interesting, that people may get value out of, and then creating what I thought was the best piece of content on that. While that was good, it wasn't great because it really didn't help me climb the organic search results, which is really the objective I was trying to achieve. So the first step in the process was to have a plan. And my plan is to get you to the top of the organic search results so that your landing pages and website can get more of the right type of traffic, which should increase trials and then paid conversions for your product. So that was my objective. So I set out with that as the plan, found relevant keywords based on how I've showed you so far in the previous episodes this week. And then I leveraged the Skyscraper technique to go about creating the best piece of content on that topic, because that's what I want next, right? If it's a step in the process, people are punching in certain keywords and phrases related to it. They're looking for the top results, whether paid or organic, most of the time organic, and then a lot of the traffic is going to those top organic results. This step in the process, however, is to make sure that they're getting value out of the content that you're producing, providing, and that they're consuming. And I found the Skyscraper technique to be a great way to do that. And that's basically where you look at the top organic results for the keyword that you're targeting or the topic that you want to write about, and then you consume a lot of that information. You pick from what you find the best or the most valuable to inspire you to create a better, more comprehensive, more detailed version on the same topic, right? We want to build on what's already working. How do we know what's already working? Well, we Google the phrase or keyword that you're targeting and we look at the top organic results. We find the best ones there. And the two variables in particular here that you'd be interested in are basically the domain authority. What is the strength of their domain? Right? Google, Wikipedia, these type of domains have really high domain authority, but some random website from somewhere on the distant edges of the internet, probably not so, right? And then the quality of the piece of content. How thorough is it? How deep does it go into these various topics? How much substance does it provide? Does it do a good job of covering that topic? Those two elements are the pieces that you want to look for that are at or near the top of the organic results. Should have plenty of options to choose from because that's typically what gets these to the top anyway. And then you look for other variables. What is the length? What does their balance of copy to visuals look like? And figure out what's working for them. You can also understand the style of what they're creating, right? Are they creating informational pieces? Is it a list? Is it some kind of review? Is it a story format? Whatever you're seeing there, typically there's a trend that you can associate with what people are really looking for and what's getting prioritized. You can incorporate all of that into what you produce for your piece on the same thing. And that's how I changed my process. I leveled up, I optimized my process to go from writing what I wanted to, the way I wanted to write it, to following this strategy as my basis for getting the process started. Since I've done that, I've experienced crazy improved results in that for even competitive keywords, I've gotten at or near the top of the organic search results in only a few weeks, which I wasn't even expecting it to happen that quickly. I'll talk more about layering on video and how that can supercharge your effort, but for now, let's focus here. So now, in terms of how you create it, how you write it, there's way more options available now than when I first started this out because the AI tools are like ubiquitous. The first thing that I was doing was I would write it myself. Right now, there are AI tools out there like Jasper Surf for SEO. These tools can help you with leveraging automation and AI to cut down quite a bit in terms of the speed it takes to bring these products, to ultimately leverage these products to create great content. Those are other tips and tricks as well too. But before you go that far in writing it, first step is creating an outline. And I want you to leverage that Skyscraper technique based on the top organic results after you've validated the search intent for the keyword that you want to target. Make sure that you want those eyeballs and visitors on your website and landing page for your product. Then leverage a Skyscraper technique to figure out what the best content that is at or near the top of the organic search results for you to build upon. Create an outline by aggregating and picking and choosing what you think are the best versions of that, what you can improve upon, and make an even better article. Incorporate those elements I thought about. Other things is like length. What does a length look like? If all of the top organic results are over 2,000 words, then yours should be too. In fact, you might want to go even further than that. Do that and produce a great outline. Have all of your H1, which is your title for the topic, your H2s, which can be basically sections in the article, your H3s, which could be subsections within those sections. Line up that entire outline before you produce the article. Then you can leverage that outline as input into automation products if you want to leverage those, like ChatGPT, Jasper, Surfer, whatever, or you can write the article yourself. I really do a mixture of both. I don't really do all of one or all of the other. I leverage tools I want to hit what ultimately becomes my output goals. But the objective of this content is to make sure that you have my process, which is working for me in terms of climbing the organic search results and performing better from an SEO perspective. And this episode is specifically about writing the actual article. So that's my advice for you for this step in the process. Tomorrow, we're going to talk more about how do you measure the performance in terms of how do you know where you started, and then how do you measure how well you're performing over time related to these keywords that you're targeting, and then what do you do to optimize those results.